15 years of friendship, this tiger and bear just said a final farewell to their lion brother. Social media users went crazy when they first heard the story of the bear, the lion and the tiger, whose tortured pasts made them inseparable forever friends. Yes, the trio lived together happily for over a decade, but now fate has stepped in to take one of the brothers away for good. Their parting is heartbreaking. The touching story of the eclectic friends began back in 2001 when police carried out a drug raid on a house in Atlanta. The officers' search took them to the basement of the house, where they found something that must have made their jaws hit the floor. There, 3 caged exotic animal cubs had been kept in terrible conditions. The babies, a bear, a lion and a tiger, were underweight, underfed and infested with parasites both inside and out. And in addition to their malnourishment and neglect, the animals had suffered horrible abuse in their cages, which were clearly not fit for animals of their size. The lion was further found with a sore-looking injury on his nose. He had been kept in a crate so small that the bars were digging into his snout. Even worse, the bear cub had outgrown his restraints completely, so the harness had to be surgically removed from his flesh. After they were rescued, then the Georgia Department of Natural Resources took the trio to the Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary, NAAS, where they received emergency medical treatment. Moreover, all 3 of the cubs thankfully made a full recovery and found a new home at the sanctuary and a new family with each other. 2 of the cubs, Baloo, the American black bear, the Shere Khan, the Bengal tiger, were named after characters from the Jungle Book. Meanwhile, the African lion cub, maneless owing to an earlier neutering operation, was named Leo. Thereafter, the 3 buddies became widely known as the BLT, Bear, Lion and Tiger. Surprisingly, even after they were rescued, the BLT preferred staying together, and the sanctuary allowed them to share the same living space. There they acted every bit like a family, giving one another comfort and love, and playing with each other as if they were born to it. Indeed, the sanctuary reported that BLT's traumatic past brought them together as brothers. Baloo, Leo and Shere Khan eat, sleep and play together, and even seek out grooming and affection from one another, head rubbing and licking each other, NAAS said on its website. Their terrifying early months in life bonded the 3 together, and they are truly inseparable despite their obvious differences. The family's sweet-toothed Baloo is just like his relaxed fictional counterpart, whereas Shere Khan is much more mischievous and enjoys pouncing on his brothers when they least expect it. Shere Khan is also the most affectionate of the BLT. Meanwhile, languid Leo normally seems lethargic, and yet he sprang to life whenever it was playtime. The brothers lived together happily for 15 years at NAAS, well into their golden years in terms of their lifespan. However, in August 2016, the sanctuary posted the sad news that the BLT was going to be missing one of its beloved members. On August the 11th, we said goodbye to our beloved Leo, the 15-year-old lion in our BLT trio. The organisation's statement read on Facebook. Leo hadn't been himself the past few weeks, and because numerous diagnostics tests couldn't explain his symptoms of inappetite and lethargy, he was scheduled for exploratory abdominal surgery. Tragically, the findings of the operation revealed worse news. During the procedure, our veterinarians discovered that over 80% of Leo's liver was full of inoperable masses, and because of this, the heart-wrenching decision was made to let him go, NAAS sadly announced. Before Leo passed, though, his brothers were allowed to say a final farewell to him. Interestingly, the sanctuary staff reported that it's likely Leo's passing came as no surprise to Shere Khan and Baloo. According to the Facebook spokesperson for NAAS, the BLT probably noticed Leo's health problems before his carers did. Animals are so perceptive, NAAS wrote. With this incredible bond, the BLT had since been rescued together from a drug dealer's basement in 2001. It is highly likely that Baloo and Shere Khan knew their lion brother was terminally ill long before Leo began displaying outward symptoms. Because of the tight bond the BLT shared, then the sanctuary staff are also taking extra precautions to monitor Leo's brothers for behavioural changes. So far, Baloo and Shere Khan are coping remarkably well with Leo's absence. Of course, Leo will be missed by many humans as well, but instead of having a solemn ceremony, NAAS celebrated a celebration of life event for staff and guests. A wonderful time was had by all as we came together on August the 27th to remember Leo, the Lion of Noah's Ark, NAAS reported. For those who couldn't make the event, the celebration was broadcast live on social media. On the occasion, volunteers baked cakes, a photo wall became covered with flowers, and admirers of all ages filled Leo's memorial book with touching sentiments. To further commemorate his memory, a lion statue was placed on his grave next to the clubhouse where the brothers would spend their time together. And it seemed that the surviving brothers paid a heart-wrenching tribute to their past family member when they saw the statue for the first time. Guests at Leo's Celebration of Life event this past Saturday were able to see Baloo and Shere Khan investigate the new statue, NAAS reported. And of course, silly old Baloo put on quite the show, rubbing against and loving on Leo's memorial. The support from Leo's fans was also deeply appreciated. We are beyond grateful for the overwhelming support of the public during a difficult time, and we continue to be amazed by how many lives the BLT has impacted. The Sanctuary wrote on Facebook, "Leo was truly one of a kind and will never be forgotten." Please share this video with your friends below.